Friends, colleagues, patrons, neighbors, welcome to your new Southwest Branch Library. I'm Greer Carson, Director of the Monroe County Public Library. We are all here to celebrate this historic moment, the grand opening of our third library facility, and what a facility it is. We've got a brief program of speeches and a ribbon to cut, but before we begin, we'd like to invite our friends and neighbors from next door to sing our national anthem. So without further ado, I give you the Bachelor Middle School Choir led by band and choir director Joel Brainerd.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's have you guys go this way. Back around the corner. Well done. Good job. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you everyone. There it is. All right. It has been an honor to help see this project through and to be a part of something so meaningful and so full of heart. There are many things about our community that make it special, and one of them is that we all love our public library. We at MCPL do not take that for granted and understand that not all public libraries are as beloved by their community as MCPL is. And that love is demonstrated every day by visits to the downtown and Ellettsville libraries, by digital library patronage, by program attendance and participation, volunteerism and financial donations, and by daily interactions with our staff. And that love for our public library has made possible this 42,000 square foot building inspired by and nestled alongside Bachelor Woods, featuring a teaching kitchen, an all-ages collaborative space, multiple meeting and program spaces, a reading room, and an outdoor amphitheater. We have many people to thank before declaring this new library open, and so I'd like to introduce our board president, Christine Harrison.
Thank you. Bad libraries build collections. Good libraries build services. Great libraries build communities. This is a quote that was tweeted out by Professor R. David Lankies, who's a professor of librarianship at the University of Texas. And he made this statement back on Twitter back in February of 2012. Several years later, a follower commented on that quote by stating, "Many great libraries of today are standing on the shoulders of the bad libraries of yesterday." And Mr. Lankus agreed by responding, yes, because they are living and evolving institutions. The interesting thing is that our architect, Christine Matthew, was quoted in the Herald Times stating a very similar sentiment. She said, "Libraries are very much living institutions which bend and move to respond to current trends in library science, programming, and community activities." From the very beginning, this branch, as well as the Monroe County Public Library as a whole, has set out to be one of those great libraries that builds communities by bending and moving to the needs and wants of its patrons. As soon as this branch started to become a reality instead of just wishful thinking, the library and Matthew architects began to hold conversations and gather feedback from the community to create more than just a building for books. From those conversations, we now have collaborative spaces, a teaching kitchen, an amphitheater, a labyrinth, a teen space, a children's area, multiple reading areas, and of course, books. However, our director, Greer Carson, explained at a recent board meeting that the collection would start relatively small compared to the main branch in Ellettsville, so that the collection at this branch could be developed by the community of readers that visit this space. Again, this branch plans to bend and move to respond to the community of readers that inhabit this building. We have so many people to thank for the work and planning that went into what we have here today. For starters, I would like to thank our 2 library directors that worked tirelessly to bring this dream to fruition, our former director, Marilyn Wood, and our current director, Greer Carson. Marilyn's foresight and vision, and Greer's planning and execution are to be commended. I would also like to thank former and current members of the Board of Trustees for their support and assistance in this project, especially past member and board president John Walsh, past member Valerie Merriam, and past member Fred Reisinger. Many thanks go to Matthew Architects, Strasser Construction, the staff of the Monroe County Public Library, especially those that served on the various planning committees for this branch, and the Friends of the Library for their tireless work in getting us to where we are today. Let us go now towards making this a great library by building a strong community in and around this space. Thank you. And now we will hear from Christine Matthew, our architect.
Let's see. I'm short. How's this turned out? How's that? Does it seem good? Congratulations, Monroe County Public Library. Fabulous, fabulous. Matthew Architects is absolutely thrilled to be standing here with you today to officially open the new Southwest branch. It has been Chris Floyd's and my enormous privilege and pleasure to partner with you over these last 5 years on this iconic project. We are very grateful to have had the opportunity to work with you under the brilliant leadership of Marilyn Wood and Greer Carson, and with the marvelous Library Building Committee and the library staff. We think librarians are the best. We love librarians. The success of the project relies on what architects call the strength of the tripod: the owner, the architect, and the contractor. Monroe County Public Library, Matthew Architects, and Strasser Construction are the legs of this tripod. In this team, we found mutual openness, honesty, and respect, and lots of creative ideas, especially when we got into binds. I don't think I am alone in saying that we all care deeply about this project. Our devotion to the Southwest Branch project reflects our desire to make something meaningful and beautiful for this place we call home. I'm gonna get all teary-eyed. Matthew Architects feels very lucky to have had the chance to design a new library from the ground up. A library is, after all, the quintessential building type that allows one to mix function with spirit, with knowledge, and with community. Most of us remember the library in the town where we grew up. Libraries indeed live with us our whole lives. Libraries are special places, and unique circumstances mold each individual library. In the case of the Southwest Branch, the site was the driver of our design imagination. The woods, the slope, and the distant views. These natural elements shape the design. The tall, sloped roof and the large windows capture the light, the trees, and the views. The wood furniture and the colors that you see throughout the building bring us closer to the natural world. The grand study stair, and which connects to the outdoor amphitheater, Together, let us feel the slope of the land. We hope you will enjoy this new gathering place where you may stretch your mind and your spirit and where you may find a connection with nature. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm Chris Floyd, and I have a very long list of names to acknowledge today. And I'd like to start by acknowledging all of the Chris's who worked on this project. Every time we turned around, it seemed like there was another Chris standing here working on the project. And I'm going to guess that I am probably the only Chris that's name was spelled with a K. But so. All right. So first, to start off with our consultants team, Lynch Harrison and Brum Levy were the structural engineers. Bledsoe, Riggert, Cooper, and James were the site and civil engineers. Circle Design Group were the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineers. Jim Bradley was our specifications consultant. Ginny Elshami was our signage consultant. And Blundell Associates did cost estimating for the project. Oh, if I stand closer, it gets louder, huh? And then RTM Consultants, they were the code consultant. RJE, we worked with for design and furniture installation. And Educational Furniture provided all of the shelving for the books. It was a pleasure, again, working with Strausser Construction. We've worked with them many times over the years, and most of the Strausser clan is here today. So I'd like to specifically thank Ryan, Will Morris, Cody Vest, and Superintendent of Construction, Jason Martin. And working with them were their subcontractors. For You Lawn and Landscaping were the landscaping contractor. Santa Rosa Mosaic and Tile Company was the flooring contractor. Heflin Industries was the plumbing contractor. Pointer Sheet Metal, mechanical. Price Electric was the electrical contractor. And I'd like to give, I think maybe he left, I was hoping he'd be here. Ron Olson, their project foreman, would like to give him a special thanks for his patience and willingness to go above and beyond to make this project such a success. Multicraft Fire Protection was the fire protection contractor. Jericho Metal Specialties provided the glass railings. Laminated Tops of Central Indiana, casework and countertops. Rep and Munt, masonry and limestone. City Glass, storefront, curtain wall, and all of the glass. Steve's Roofing was the roofing and exterior metal panels contractor. And Huntley Excavating and United Excavating, and well, you guessed it, they did excavating. So, all right. So, if you would join me in a round of applause for everyone who helped make this project a reality. Thank you. And next up is Marilyn Wood.
Wow. Isn't this spectacular? This is wonderful. I'm going to have to make sure that I don't crack up. So this branch has been a dream for decades. And in 2018, when we really began earnestly planning for this, it was still just a vision of possibilities. And I am so thankful and proud of all of the members of the community who stepped forward and the staff who worked hard on all of those ideas to make this a place of beauty and gathering and community, because I think we got it. But then, I personally would like to say thanks to Christine Matthew and Chris Floyd, because we brought a lot of ideas to them that were pretty harebrained. And they made them a lot better. And day by day, we just kept making this place what it is right now. I also would like to say thanks to the staff who stuck it out, who are still here to make it to the end. Thank you so much. And to the library board for many years, who continued to make this a reality, because it took many years to do that. But overall, this is opened today in Monroe County. We opened a new destination, and it's called the Southwest Branch. So I hope that for many years you will enjoy this place. Come and snuggle up with a book, or try a new dish, meet your neighbors. Just use this library inside and out for many years. Congratulations.
Okay, I would like to introduce you all to your new Southwest Branch Library Manager, Kathy Riley. You don't have to. She begged me to speak, and I said, "Oh, there's not time." She'll be leading our remarkable team of Southwest staff, and will no doubt become a very familiar face to you all. We're very excited to have her in this important role. Welcome, Kathy. So now it's my turn to thank people. It's like an awards ceremony, I know. First, thank you to the Monroe County Council for their continued guidance and support, to our friends and partners at the Monroe County Community School Corporation, our financial advisors at Baker Tilly, to Tina Peterson and her team at the Community Foundation of Bloomington and Monroe County, whose grant helped make our teaching kitchen possible, our friends at Educational Furniture for their work on our brand new shelving, including the wonderful reading nooks in the children area, our friends at RJE for this beautiful furniture and much of the interior decor, photographer Gary Morrison, whose wonderful photograph of the Morgan Monroe State Forest you see as you enter the front door, the MCPL Foundation, and friends of the library board. And a special thank you to Patsy Ron, our Friends Board President, Tom Zoss, our Friends Board Treasurer, and Mary Jean Regoli, our Friends Office Coordinator. All three have done a tremendous amount of work to raise funds and to cultivate such a strong base of volunteers and donors. And another special thank you to Maria McKinley, who has led the creation of a new endowment to support our Southwest Teaching Kitchen in the name of her friend and longtime literacy and library advocate, Sue Sheldon. Thank you to Brian and Jessica Hain and their family. They've made our amphitheater possible through their generous philanthropy and are avid and vocal supporters of MCPL and public libraries in general. Christine Matthew and Chris Floyd of Matthew Architects, it's been an honor and a joy to work with you both, and I'm going to miss this work, so let's start talking about the next project. Ryan Strasser, Will Morris, Cody Vest, and Jason Martin of Strasser Construction, thank you for being the best contractor we could have hoped for, and for the inadvertent crash course on building design and construction. I'll never take a building foundation for granted again. Our Director of Finance, Gary Lettler, for his steadfast budgetary oversight and his enthusiasm and positivity throughout the project. Our IT Director, Ned Baugh, and his team for handling all of the technology ordering and installation. Our Communications and Marketing Director, Tori Lawhorn, and her team for their expert promotional work and media coordination. Our Content Development Manager, Lisa Ciampelli, and her team for their tireless work in building the opening day collection you see before you. It is no small feat for a department responsible for all library collection development, acquisition, and cataloging work to do this work as well. Our Circulation Services Manager, Steph Niemeyer, and her team for their tireless work in preparing, organizing, and shelving every single item in this opening day collection. I want to say a special thank you to Brian Leibacher, our Building Services Director. He and his team have done more than any team could be expected to do to make this project possible. Brian, we're incredibly fortunate to have you here at MCPL. And another very special thank you to Lorraine Martin and Deb Brewer in administration, who've expertly coordinated today's event. Our friends and neighbors across the street here on Gordon Pike, for your support, enthusiasm, and above all, your patience. It's not easy to live through a construction project right outside your front door, and I've appreciated all of the conversations I've had with you folks. Former MCPL Director Sarah Laughlin, for her leadership and support, and for really laying the financial groundwork for this project many years ago. Thank you to every single staff member here at MCPL for your input and your positivity. The MCPL Board of Trustees, truly the best library board a director could hope for. Our Director of Public Services, Josh Wolf, my colleague and partner in library leadership and an indispensable part of everything we do here at MCPL. And my mentor, colleague, and friend, Marilyn Wood. Marilyn, this is your project, your vision, your dream, and your legacy. Thank you for getting us here and for trusting us with that dream. We've endeavored to do it justice, and we are indebted to you. And most of all, thank you, fellow residents of Monroe County, for supporting your public library. Your patronage, your input, your understanding of the critical role that literacy and community engagement play in our society has made this project possible. This new branch library, and indeed the Monroe County Public Library system itself, truly belongs to you. Thank you. Okay, so a quick run through of the programs and events we have today. We have a lot of food, as everyone can see, taste, and smell, I hope. We have music peppered throughout the space in different rooms. I was going to run through the list of everything, and I'm not going to do it because it's almost 3 o'clock. But we have it posted on some signage. Please wander around and enjoy the music as you can. And we have some teaching kitchen demonstrations. We've got cookies in there. We're going to be doing hummus, and a little bit later we're going to be doing cheese pies. Okay. Are we ready for the ribbon cutting? Let's do it.
Sarah on that end, and then I need the line.
Yeah, you're all on your own. You're going to hold that whole side.
Look at Mom. Oh, you want it on? Okay. We'll take it off. Ready?
Yeah, we all got the list. We're gonna get everybody.
You're gonna help Sophia? You're gonna help? You help? Look, scissors. She's a little.
Here we are. You didn't like it, did you? Something went wrong. Made me try. She said it's too much.
She might be right.
She probably is. All right, on behalf of everyone involved with Monroe County Public Library, we declare this branch open. Thank you for coming. Enjoy.